Pashaparo, YN7. Thank you for tuning. The replay. All right, we with the tarot files right now. We about to get into your 25th through the 31st. Thank you for your patience. I know you've been waiting. I'm waiting for you too. Give me a second here. It's been a great week. How was y'all week? How'd y'all make out? I know you had a lot of stuff going on. But like we said last week, this is when they find out. Last week was when they found out you're worth a lot more than they thought. Your value, you know what I mean? Like, what makes you different is what makes you valuable. You see what I mean? They were just laughing at you for as long as they known you, right? Now they asking you for your help, and they asking you for what you think about stuff now, right? So that's a good sign. When your frenemies realize their desire to be around you outweighs them wanting to be your frenemy, it shows you that the growth and development in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Use that as a gauge. So let's see what you're getting into this week. Because you've been having amazing progress. Be proud of that. Tarot files. Thank you for tuning. The replay. Right? How you feel? All right, let's get into the core here. 9, 20, 11. Breaking these new cards. Breaking these new cards. They still getting broken. Alright, 3. All right. Let me get this on the screen for you. 1 second here. All right, give me 1 second. Hold on. I'm with you. You know we always go through this in the beginning and then pick up speed and we get rolling, okay? It's like an 8-speed, you know what I mean? Like a tractor trailer shift, like, because I be shifting gears from like a totally different world, and then I come in here and it takes me a minute to just, boom, make sure everything is what it's supposed to be for you guys, okay? So, appreciate y'all patience with all that. We ready to get started right now. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you hit the notification bell. We got other energy readings going on the channel, so you probably see that all the time. Check them out. But if not, when you hit the notifications, you'll know exactly when these come up and be able to catch the tarot readings on the tarot files. All right, so what we got at the core. We got the 4 of Swords for you today, right? So let's see what we're talking about here. 4 of Swords. And in reverse is this dangerous inactivity, right? See the third eye? You know what I mean? Shout out Steam Dream Treasures. Make sure you tune in to them on Facebook. They changed up the business model, but they still got access for you for great items like this. Get your third eye, leather, little going on there with the little eye looking at you. All right, cool. So dangerous inactivity, right? So we're still dealing with that. Some sort of stagnation you guys are still working on getting over, okay? We'll see how all this ties in together. So don't jump too soon. We're gonna develop into what's going on for you. So dangerous inactivity, the events, it's time to take some action. Business is initial capital from the economy. No matter you are willing, you or not, you have to move on. So the relationship forced come back to each other, and health is doctors are forcing to get up, not to lay too much and get up with the consequences. Physical characteristics, person led by circumstance. Prepare to act is the advice. The warning is circumstances will force to move, and result is forced and compulsed actions. See? So if you wait too long, right? How do I want to say this? Okay, sometimes something's for you, right? Sometimes, here, let me let you see what I'm doing here. All right, right? So sometimes something is for you and you avoid it due to complacency. Let's put comfort with the old, right? And like the Most High is trying to give you something, right? Most High is trying to give you something better. And since you won't let go, of the old, the Most High removes it from you, right? And that forces you on the path / journey to the new. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? You ever been there before? You seen this before? You seen this before, right? So sometimes something is for you. You try to hang on. You got a car, right? And you say to yourself, you know, I really want that Maserati. I really want that Bentley Continental. I really want that Lambo. I want real Lambo doors, not Lambo doors on a Dodge. You know what I'm saying? But what do you say immediately after that a lot of times? Yeah, but I can't afford that. Right? So if we're dealing with the law of attraction here, and every thought is a prayer, and we have a feeling that we want something, or not even that we want it, but that we see ourselves with something, and then the next thing we say is, but I can't for whatever reason, then you're canceling out the opportunity, right? So here's what's happening. Maybe the Most High put that thought in your mind, or maybe the universe, or whatever you want to say for you. It's different for everybody. I want everybody to feel comfortable here. So whatever it is for you, put that thought in your mind, because what it would take for you, what you would have to accomplish to get there, is part of your purpose. And the grand perfection knows that desire is going to motivate you to accomplish, X, Y, and Z. So sometimes what you have is supposed to be replaced, and you have a window of opportunity to make certain changes in your life yourself before it's mandatory or forced upon you that these changes are made, because you're supposed to arrive at a certain point. See, sometimes the goal is for you to be in control of your life, but sometimes greater forces have to take over and move you around in your life, right? So we talked about for a couple weeks how you hold yourself back by not believing you're worthy of. And that comes from listening to other people sometimes. It comes from putting yourself down in your mind. So the reason you're having these thoughts of greatness or greater things is because they're for you. Now stop blocking yourself, because what'll happen is this. When you had that thought and you be like, yeah, I'm supposed to be riding a Lambo, I'm supposed to be riding a Maserati, and you go, now your next thought is supposed to be, okay, how does that happen for me? And then things present themselves in your life, that pulls you towards that being a reality. See, like when you look at this card, right? It's a nest. You see what I'm saying? It's a nest. And the things, one, it's like she's being held in. If you look at it right side up, I know it came out in reverse, but if you look at it right side up, you see how some of the twigs or whatever are kind of like, they're kind of like seat belts. You see what I'm saying? So you could look at that, and it's wrapped around pretty good. Like this one here, this one here is going back up in there. If you look on the big screen, you can see how it wraps around. Like it's kind of like seat belt. It's got her in there really good, really, really held in. You know, she's got some tattoos on her. A little bit of flower embroidery, so it's not dirt, right? So she's not grimy or nothing. And there's a heart there that has some stitching on it of yarn. And what I'm looking at is I'm seeing how it's in a nest, like what? Eggs, right? And what's eggs doing? Incubating. You see what I mean? So without risk, or with little risk, there's no reward, right? So dangerous inactivity, like when you're in the egg, in the nest, it's probably one of your most dangerous times in your life before you even know it, that of life, because all your predators, right, are swarming the landscape around you as you develop. You see, as you develop. So that's your dangerous inactivity. Work with me here. We're going to get to this. This is really interesting for the core. So it's time to take some action. See, she done took the yarn. She done wrapped it around everything. You know, it's got little stuff on it, and it makes up her heart. You see what I'm saying? So to make up your heart is like to make up your mind. I don't know why this is just what I see. This is what I'm feeling right here. So to make up your heart is almost like making up your mind. So she's made her heart, or you've made your heart up. Now you gotta make your mind up. Right? Make up your mind, because if you say, like, I talk to a lot of people. That's why the days keep leading. Like, I be running out of time every day. It's a gift and a curse, like, and it's exciting. I'm so excited. Like, it's a great part of. I'm just really excited about everything that's going on. So I think you made your mind up and you say, okay, I want this, but you got to make your mind up, because that thought that follows that could cancel out everything your heart says it's supposed to be. You see what I mean? So once you make up your heart, make up your mind. You're following your heart, and then your mind's supposed to figure out how. Make up your heart. Like, you've made up your heart here. You're in the nest. She's in the fetal position. You're in the fetal position, right? So to me, I see that as being development. Now, what happens if you don't get out of the nest and fly, right? What's the saying say? That they gonna the mama bird, papa bird gonna kick you out. You gonna learn how to fly on your way down. And what did it say here? The health part is the doctors are forcing to get up, not to lay too much, and get up with the consequences. So get up. Prepare to act. You made up your heart. Now make up your mind to take action. Or the circumstances are going to force you to move, because I don't know if this is normally branches on the nest are like dead, but what if something's happening and these are like enclosing, engulfing her? So if you sit there longer, what's going to happen? Are they going to wrap around you, tighten you up? Are you going to grow into it to the point where you're stuck now, you can't get out? You see what I'm saying? All right. You made up your heart. So let's make up your mind. Okay? Now let's see what we got here for your past feelings and attitudes. That's pretty interesting though. Incubation. And you know I'm a fan of saying that what that quote is, that incubation is isolation is the most highest incubation. You see? You're by yourself. We talked about that. And you grew. You grew to the point that now you're getting too big for the nest. Remember last week, go watch the other videos. I mean, this is ongoing for you. Remember we talked about you outgrew the cups. And that one cup was sitting there still blazing while the other ones were all sank in the water. And we talked about how you outgrew the cups with your flame, and you went off on your journey to the sun, which is the bigger flame, right? Towards the sun. You got to get up. So let's see what's going on here. And the swords, remember the swords is all about the action. It's all about action and freedom, right? And that's why I think that's maybe why she's partly trapped. You feeling partly trapped now, right? And about change. So you gotta, you done made your heart up, or it's time to go. Or is it that heart was made up there, like that was your heart, like home is where the heart is, and now it's time for you to move, and that string is actually being pulled from that heart, and the heart is relocating, and that's like the heart flowing out of the old home and into the new home. Are you ready to buy a new house? You ready to move? Did you not want to go? Are you trying to hang on to the old? It's time for the new. See? But the new is the fact that you gotta change is gonna be a part of your freedom. And you may not even realize how you're captivated right now. So it's almost like a hangman. Like you may not realize that that this move is gonna free you. In your heart, your heart's either already gone or your heart is leaving. That could be it too. We're going to find out though. Because like I said, maybe that string is either coming in and creating the heart, or the heart was already made and that's like your heart is where the home is, and it's being unraveled and it's going out and reforming at the new place itself. One or the other. But I think it's leaving now that I look at it, because that's the nest that you gotta leave. You gotta leave that nest. You gotta go to something bigger. You're outgrowing it. You can't even stretch out in there. Yeah. All right, so that's what's going on. That's at the core. Yep. Exactly. You gotta believe in yourself. You gotta trust yourself, and that's what we're going back to again. Hold on one sec. All right. Get this on the screen for you. My bad. This is deep. This is a deep start. We've been having some great detail the last couple weeks, man. All right, so because what you got is you got the star card, right? And it's also in reverse. So let's take a look at that real quick. I really like the detail on these cards. So the star card, you know, the old name is a star of Magi, and it's alive, water, and hope, right? Excuse me. And this was your past feelings and attitudes. So, what else we got here that's interesting? Now, in reverse, right, it's doubts, absence of perspective. You see what I mean? That's what we was talking about. That's why you here. It's the lack of purpose. Okay, let's see what we got here. So the events. So doubts, absence of perspective, failure, downfall of hopes and talents. So the events is unclear procedures, poor and lifeless feast, full of pathos, official style, brainwash, right? Business is failure, impossible plans, program closure, the absence of data, exhaustion. See, that makes sense. Look, what you doing? You sleep. What you sleeping on? Yourself. All right. So your past actions were you're sleeping on yourself, right? Lack of purpose. And I think that means, again, go back to the core, like your heart knew what your purpose was, but your mind was like, nah, we don't, because if we do that, like we gonna blow up and we gonna get Bentleys and drive Lambos and we gonna be flying around the world and you know, our friends ain't really about none of that stuff. You know, whatever it was that held you back, like you started seeing yourself why you shouldn't do that. So you were sleeping on yourself, lack of purpose, and that's why in your business it was a failure. It seemed impossible plans, program closure. You had the absence of data and exhaustion, right? Lack of purpose. Not focused on the truth. Instead on fear. Some sort of fear, because if you watch the video we did where we broke down that the etymology of fear actually means assumption, right? So you're assuming that you don't deserve this or you don't deserve that, and that is brainwashing you. There you go. Lack of purpose, not focused on truth, instead on fear, brainwashed you into lower expectations. You see what I'm saying? Is this what happened? That's what happened, isn't it? So then your relationships were practical, utilitarian, unethical behavior, pride, insincere, and deceptive. So now, since you operating in the vibration of tricking yourself, your heart know you tricking yourself. Since your heart knows you keep tricking yourself, right? You think others trying to trick you too. Which they may be, right? But that keeps your blinders on, so you're not receptive to the people that actually are coming to help you. Like, matter of fact, you tricked yourself so much you believe the people that are tricking you and shun the people that are bringing you the knowledge, the data, the truth. So the health is long drawn out treatment. Here we go. Hysteria, hopeless condition, incurable chronic disease. You keep repeating the same. It's insanity, right? You were practicing insanity. All right. So, and if you keep practicing it, it's uncurable because can't nobody heal you from that but you know what I mean? You can be shown every bit of truth in the world and you still gonna be brainwashed into not believing it and attacking the people that bring you the truth and laughing at them and all that stuff. You know, so somewhere that's what was going on with you. So the physical characteristics is bad self-assessment. That's exactly what we talking about, right? I'll just leave that as sleeping on yourself. So bad self-assessment, feeling blockade, mask, right? Fear of being oneself. You relapsing. Or not that you're relapsing, because you know what, this is past feelings and attitudes, and we know that you got to that last week, but it's still part of why we're going through this. You're going through this transition now, right? And I'm here with you on this journey, but you're gonna make it, okay? So, afraid to be you. That's who you used to be. But remember, last week it dawned on you last week. So this is fair. This is a fair assessment for your past feelings and attitude, because last week it dawned on you that you are much more valuable than you ever thought you were, and now you can see that. So let's see how this is playing into this week, because again, the core of this week is something really great is for you, and you gotta accept acceptance. That's the root of, that's the core. Acceptance. It's easy to accept when something bad happens to you. Maybe that, you know, this is going to touch somebody. It's been really easy for you to accept bad things happening to you. That makes it hard for you to accept when good things come your way. Give me a second here. I'm getting your notes together. Don't rush me. This is for you. Hold on. Let me use two hands to accept bad things that it makes it hard to accept good. That's what it is. That's what it is right there. That's the core. All right, so where we at here? Bad self-assessment, feelings blockade, mask, fear of being oneself. So you wear the mask, you know, you're doing everything else, all that song and dance like we talked about before, because you're trying to impress those people around you that don't have no good intentions for you. And then you keep, you know, downplaying the good people that come to your life. You want to try to make them look like fools. So the you know, whatever it is, something like that. You know, you got that going on with your life, or at least you had that going on with your life. So the advice was ask for a wise advice, leave empty hopes, and be more practical. Warning, difficult times are coming up. Downfall of hopes. Result is loss of self-confidence. All right? So if you didn't act on that, it's gonna, you know what I mean? It's gonna put you in a bad position. It's gonna put you in a bad position. So we already know that. We've been looking over that. For a while. And you're putting some work in, but you know, go back to the four swords. And 4 is all about that work. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense now. Those are the swords, I guess. Okay, that's the picture. It's a newer deck, so I'm still learning everything about it. That's cool. So those are the swords around. Okay, I got it. So but the number 4 is all about that work. You know what I'm saying? It's time to put that work in. And I think you've done a lot of the work already. You just gotta believe that now you're capable of the next part, which is receiving the fruits of your labor. You know what I mean? If once you think that's not, you don't deserve it, then you're gonna naturally somehow do something that fucks up you receiving it, right? So don't do that. I mean, we all talked to somebody and they were like, you know, what's your goals? And they're like, well, this is what I want to accomplish. And you're like, okay, well, what you doing? Something totally unrelated, ain't got nothing to do with it, right? And you're like, you know, you keep saying, every time I talk to you, you keep saying this is what you're trying to work towards. And then every time I talk to you, you doing nothing, you doing something totally unrelated to get there. And then you keep saying you haven't made any progress on your goals, but you keep doing all this stuff that ain't got nothing to do with your goals. So, like, how long you gonna keep practicing insanity? Like, you know what I mean? You gotta get up and go do something related to what your goals are. Stop being like, I ain't start yet because I'm this, but you putting all this energy into something ain't got nothing to do with that. And then you wonder why you ain't start nothing yet. All right, let's see what we got here for your past actions. Because I know you're moving in the right direction. All right, let's see here. 5, 10, 19, 10. All right, hold on. Okay, let's see here. So what we got is we have the Queen of Pentacles, right? And it's in reverse too. So we got a lot of reversals today. Okay. So the Pentacles is all about your money, right? Property, right? Your physical body, your passions, your wealth. All right. I'm learning. See, I'm learning this. Work with me. We're going to learn it together. So now the physical characteristics are rational, practical. Remember this, distrustful, and reserved, right? What we just talked about. You was so worried about, you knew so much about tricking yourself that you thought everybody else was tricking you. So the event is engaging only in one's personal affairs. Isolation from other people, outer world does not exist. So you were isolated, right? We talked about that. Very detailed manner of business, the managing of affairs. Business is well regulated. Money is accumulating. Okay. So isolated business, you got your business going right? Okay. So the relationship is partner lives his own life, right? Nothing interest, just welfare, is interested in any kind of smallest detail of behavior, either life. So we've seen this card before. Now the person is too much emphasizing on their health, exaggerated health concerns. Okay? Remember, it's not, again, sleeping on yourself, lack of purpose, right? Not focus on the truth, instead on fear, brainwashed into lower expectations. That's like a health concern You know, even if it's psychological. Okay. So be more attentive in details is the advice, because you're overlooking the truth, right? Was your past actions. So overlooking the truth, overlooking your true potential. Although the business was tight, and it was, I think that's what that's getting at for you. Although the business was tight, you're still running in second gear on a 7-speed manual. You know what I mean? Because you didn't believe you could put it in higher gears, right? You gotta turn it, you know, so, or had you. So that's your past actions, right? Which makes sense, because eventually you got it in gear. I think you're doing something different now, and you're shifting, and you realize that once you shifted in the third, you realize that there was actually more gears, and now I think you're becoming excited, because you realize you ain't even really up to speed yet, and you're already here. So, yeah. Let me add that too, because that's ringing. All right. So, and you already here like this far, right? So the advice: be more attentive to the details, and that's what happened. You put it in third gear, and you're like, wait, I got more gears. Like, now you're paying attention. You see what I'm saying? So the warning is, if you put too much emphasis on details that are not worth the attention, like, again, stop focusing on the fear and start focusing on the truth. And the result is you shall take up some minor works and improve details, right? So the minor works part, I like that, because to me that rings, you know, you're doing the same work, but it's going to get easier, and that's going to allow you to move faster. You see what I'm saying? You're going to be able to move faster. Right? You didn't realize how easy it really was for you because you kept focusing on the struggle. You kept finding ways to feel like you were struggling instead of growing. And the more you focus on struggling, the more you keep hitting that same roadblock. Well, damn, this is so hard right here. But you didn't realize that it is hard, but it's so not even something that you need to do, that you could have just walked around that and kept going. But you focused on it, like, why is this wall here? And you're just staring at the wall, not realizing that it's the wall in the hallway, and you're supposed to continue going down the hallway. It's like you on some really good drugs. Remember that brainwashing part that got you seduced or seducted you into just standing there staring off at the wall when the door you're supposed to be going into is down the hallway. You holding yourself up. Right? Go ahead and catch up on the notes. I'm gonna shuffle the deck a little bit, because this is your advice for the present. I don't know, yo. What's up with those? We need to gravity playing tricks on y'all. All right, let's see here. We gotta get some right side up. But you know what though? This is good. Look. All right, hold on a second. So what we got for the advice for the present is the World card, right, in reverse. And the original meaning of the World card was the Magician's crown, right? The Magician's wreath, or cosmos. You see all the sacred geometry there, right? Okay, cool. So, and it's Saturn, right? Astrological point, Saturn is the prohibition, god of the night and underworld now, and then Jupiter in the sign of Pisces. So Saturn known as the all-seeing eye, right? That's why, you know, Saturn's cube, all that stuff. So keep that in mind. So the controlling mind, right? So let's see what it is. Immovability, disappearance of determination to fight, right? So the events is drowning of a new built ship, lowered into the water, too risky step, retirement and death. All right, drowning of a new built ship, lowered into the water, too risky, or too risky step, retirement and death. Okay, so remember, you got to leave something behind, and it's a risky step if you don't. Okay, if you don't leave now, if you don't leave now, you're going down with the ship, basically. And what I gotta put in front of that is all signs present. Look at the card, right? Look at the card. All signs present. And before I even realized where we were going with it, I said, hey, you see all the sacred geometry symbols there? So all signs are present that unless you get out now, and that's why you're pointing down, I guess, you're going down with the ship. Okay? This is your advice for the present. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. So the business is wrong steps, loss of interest in an activity, apparent reconciliation, right? The relationship is conceit, ignorance, denial, leaving to all four sides. The health is uterus illnesses, overseas disease, right? You see that? The ship, going down with the ship, overseas disease, uterus illness, what you're the drowning of a new built ship, what you're giving birth to won't survive. What you're giving birth to won't survive if you stay, right? basically your plans won't work. Your planning won't work if you stay put. See this? If you stay here thinking you're safe, you're going to find out the hard way that you're not. So you got to follow the star for guidance. You got to move. You got to trust in yourself, right? Stop sleeping on yourself. Start focusing on the truth and not the fear. And see, the reason why this card makes sense that it's upside down like this is because it said my notes say brainwashed into lower expectations. So see, someone's got you believing that the light that you're supposed to be following is lower than high. You know what I mean? So instead of going up, they have you at best staying still and looking down. You're looking to go down, right? That was your past feelings. Now your heart knows you're tricking yourself, right? Which is perspective. And you're practicing insanity. So then you get into your past actions had you isolated, and the business was, you got the business right, but you keep overlooking your true potential, and you only running in second gear, and then I shifted into third gear, and you realize then that there are more gears, and you're not really up to speed yet, and you already where you're at that point in time, right? And the advice for the president is all signs present. If you don't leave now, which basically could mean if you don't get up to speed soon, you're going to go down with the ship. What you thought you were giving birth to won't survive if you stay. And again, that goes to like what we were just talking about earlier. You've had all these signs. You've had people come and tell you that you should be here. And you keep saying, no, I want to stay here. No, you should go here. No, I want to stay here. And then this other person that person leave, and you're like, man, everybody just leave me and stuff, and or fuck them on, whatever it is you feeling, right? You chose to stay, and then they left, and then somebody else come, or you're watching a movie and something make you feel like that's supposed to be you, and you be like, no, I'm gonna just stay here. All of these signs keep hitting you from whether it's people coming and talking to you about go here with it, take it to this level, do this, you can do it. They're cheering you on, and you keep putting yourself down. Right? Like this. That's what this looks like. You keep putting yourself down. You see what I mean? So what does that do? That takes your coin is growing, and the roots in the hair, or I ain't gonna say there's roots, but let's say there are roots. Your coin's gonna be, it's big. That's a big coin, but it's coming. If you let go of that, it's gonna go down, not up, right? I mean, it's going to go down anyway, but what I'm getting at is the closer you bring that coin to your mind, let's say, the closer it's going down in this case. So your business is right, but it's because you didn't believe in yourself more and you're looking downward, you're everything else is going to follow you, which is why if you don't get out now, you know how they say when you're driving, if you look to this way, you're going to drift that way. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm getting at. If you're looking down, even if it's on yourself, you're going to continue to go that direction. So if you don't get out of that mindset now, you're going to go down with the ship, and you need to know that whatever it is you're planning or plotting, the way you're planning and plotting it, it won't survive. If you stay in the current mentality, you got to grow, you got to ascend. All right, so that's that. So psychological characteristics is laziness, determination, egoism, inability to accept oneself as one is. That's repetition for you. Advice is overcome inner obstacles. Again, You're doing it to yourself. Stop hurting yourself. And then the warning is you're not taking last step. And the result is partial victory. End of spiritual work denoted to understand world and oneself. Okay? So to get to know the world, you gotta know, to know yourself, you gotta know the world. You see what I mean? You gotta take it to the next level. You know? Are you ready to do that? And it's funny how like somebody can come and talk to you about stuff, and you know what I mean, you shut them down, and you laugh. Like I said, people laugh at you or you laugh at that person, and then like I started off the video saying, now you know the frenemies come back to you and it's like, hey, what was it that you were talking about before? What was that channel again? You see what I mean? They just spent the last year laughing at you about it. Now they want to make sure they got it right so they can subscribe. You see what I'm saying? If you had stayed in the mindset of what they were feeding you, they would have had you looking down on yourself, and you would have never have went into the zone where you got your business right. You would have never got that peace of mind. You would have never been that comfortable. Because if you look at that Queen of Pentacles right side up, that coin in hand, and it looks like a very comfortable chair. And not only is it a very comfortable chair with a nice fluffy pillow and nice comfortable head wrap, with growth coming out of the mind. See, those branches have some leaves on them, and it's like a wreath. It's like a crown, right? So there's growth in your mind. But if someone turns it upside down for you and you don't believe in your own thoughts, you would never have achieved the stuff that you achieved when they were laughing at you. And that's what their purpose was. They wanted to get you out of your own mind. They're going to brainwash again. And you would have never have achieved this level that you're in. Remember, you hit the gear, you put it in third, and you're like, oh shit, I got more gears after this. I didn't even realize I'm not even up to full speed yet, because they had you so brainwashed and feeling bad about yourself that you thought you were focusing on the struggle. So you were just wondering, you know, once you hit the top of second gear, the car be like, you know, it's going to be like, I can't go no faster. And you start worrying about the struggle. Like, I can't go no faster like this. I can't do it. I can't do it. What am I going to? And then you said, oh shit. And you hit that shit. And you said, oh shit. And you look down, you start paying attention. You said, damn, I got 4 more gears after this one. And then they said, oh shit. All your frenemies said, oh shit. This motherfucker done switched gears. And you found out he got 4 more. Man, you know what was that you was talking about? Because we need to get on that shit you was talking about. We can't get just totally left behind. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on. And if you allow the brainwashing to happen, so if you still in that zone, all the signs, now you come to this advice for the present. All the signs saying, if you don't get out now, if you don't leave now, you're going down with the ship. And that could be, maybe you are moving, but you great put it in that next gear, and you're going to start moving faster. And if you don't, you're going to maybe miss an opportunity. Don't miss your opportunity. And know that those people coming back to you now is a sign that you just dropped it in third gear and they recognize that. And now it's time for you to notice and pay attention that the detail of them coming back to you about the shit they were laughing at you about now shows that you are on another level with it, and you got many more levels to go, and now you're preparing yourself to get there, and you know they exist, so you can get your mind right for it. Okay? All right. I know it comes out in sections like that. Leave it alone. You know what I mean? We a work in progress here. We doing our thing. Spend some time with Pasha. It's for your benefit. All right, let me get some more sage in the air here. Get rid of your past. Advice for the present. Because we got to get on your feelings and ideas. All right. 19, 10, 29, 11. Master number. Choppy. We try to make sure I get the right amount of shuffles. I base it off of what time it is. Man. Okay, well, this is cool, though. It's cool. I guess we're going to have the whole reading today in reverse. And how cool is that, right? We just did 10, 29, 11, right? And the card is 11. So we gonna have to check out 11 because that's too many 11s. Hold on, let me get this card on the screen here. And this is your present feelings, and 11 is all about like psychic awareness, right? So I'm just go out on rule here and say you know in your gut what you there it goes back to the thing. You know in your heart, in your gut what you're supposed to be doing, and you keep talking yourself out of it. Why? Why? All right, hold on. But let's get this on the screen for you. So this is a justice card, right? Libra, of course, is scales, action and work, the mind of ones who are right. So in reverse, it's injustice, predestination, disbalance. So you haven't made it yet. You feel like you haven't made it yet. You feel like, you're feeling and thoughts like you haven't made it yet. Again, that goes back to you gotta realize you are right where you're supposed to be at right now. Don't let nobody brainwash you into thinking you're not. You just dropped it in third. You ain't made it yet because you got more gears to shift. That's okay. That's part of the process. So the events are incorrect verdict. There you go, right? I'm gonna put that like I said. It just dropped it in the third. Into third gear. You got more gears to go. know that this phase, I'm gonna call it, is part of the process. So you have made it to where you're supposed to be right now. All right. So, incorrect verdict, troubles with the document formation, criminal case, loss of honor, injustice. All right. Because you're doing it to yourself. You putting yourself down. So you losing honor. It's injustice to see you doing that. It's a crime for you to do that to yourself. You know, document formation, you writing your story and you don't believe in yourself. I mean, simple. So the business and work is problems with education. You got to learn. You got to, what they say? Know yourself. To know yourself, you got to know the world. That ties into education. So you need that experience with feeling good about yourself so that it can become normal, right? And then once that becomes normal, you can start to live that life in comfort and not feel like anxiety because you feel like you're in a position that you don't deserve on a good side. Like, oh, this is really it's too good for me, right? So it couldn't be that easy for me. You know, it couldn't be as easy for me to put $1,000 in a stock one day and make 50 grand off of it. It couldn't be as easy for me to get a lotto ticket and make $1 billion. Like, you already talked yourself out of it. So it won't be. All right. So the relationship is fate, injustice, disharmony, karma. That was meant to be. Distrust, no feelings, envy, constant control, right? So let me put that in there because that came up again. Stop talking yourself out of it. Okay. So the health is health aggravation, wrong diagnosis. Again, there we go. We're the same thing keeps coming up, that you're looking at this all wrong. All right. So antipode of mind and feelings, unfair assessment, suspicion, fear, feeling of guilt, fear of being punished for sins. Like, it's a sin. Like you say, money is evil, right? That's that. So you think that if you get a lot of it, like you're the devil all of a sudden, right? Or the devil, you know, people with a lot of money sold out to the devil and all that stuff, right? So that's why you rather be broke. Like, how does that sound? You see what I'm saying? It's you're looking at it upside down. So the advice is listen to your soul's wish to grow and change. Free yourself from preconception. That's what we've been getting at this whole reading today. Don't judge and you won't be judged. The warning is you don't believe in your rightness, you lack inner power, and the result is undue resentment, disharmony, punishment, collision of works and plans, time of great challenges. So your past feelings, your present feelings and ideas are going to make or break this situation for you. Now, it says here that this card, right, because we had the Star and the World card already. So this card with the Star, Justice with Star, is a fateful decision. So stop talking yourself out of a fateful decision, right? Again, you got to believe in yourself. That's faith. And then also we had the World card, which is official registration of the real estate. That make registration. Again, real estate is property, right? So to speak. That's what people think of. And then the registration, we know from the etymology breakdown on why that's 7 that registration means to show one's stock or ownership in. Now let's look at this. If you feel like this is the present feelings, right? Let me get you on the notes here real quick. This is deep. So you feel like you haven't made it yet. You just dropped it in the 3rd gear. Remember, you got more gears to go, and you need to know that this is just this phase is part of the process. So you have made it to where you're supposed to be at right now. Remember, it was like that awakening last week. Like, oh shit, I'm more valuable than I thought I was. And the people around you realized that all of a sudden too. That's why they started coming back to you, asking you, hey, what do you think about this? What is it? The ones that didn't talk to you or was behind your back talking shit about you or whatever. Those group, not the people that's been rocking with you authentically, whatever. Kept it real with you all this time. The ones that are two-faced. Oh, wait. Two-faced. What we just see that? Just saw two faces right here. Oh, your present feelings and ideas. The two-face. If you feel like you haven't made it yet. Remember, pay attention to this detail. The two faces are returning. Because what we say, you just dropped it in the 3rd gear, and we just went over this, and you got more gears to go. So they know if you don't. They know. We talked about this. They know that you just realized, oh shit, 3rd gear. Damn, I got more gears. And now they want to come for their benefit, but also keep in mind, remember that trickery part. You gotta watch the details so that you don't get tricked into going back. What was it? Going back on yourself again, right? You don't get the brainwash factor. Start looking down on yourself again. Had them talking you out of, getting you to put it back in 2nd gear. You see what I'm saying? Make sure you know that you got more gears to run up, and keep running that shit the fuck up. All right, you got 4th, 5th, 6th. 7th, we got 7th. We're gonna make sure you got a 7-speed manual. All right, that's what you rocking. You know what I mean? All right, we ain't got an automatic. We got the 8-speed, but we got 7-speed manual. So you only in 3rd gear. They got 10 speeds now. You only in 3rd gear. They got 10-speed transmissions. You pick which one you got, but know that you only in 3rd gear, and you got more gears to go. Right? So let's get back to the notes here, because that's why you feel like this, but you gotta understand what you're really feeling. So know that this is just a phase of the process. So you have made it to exactly where you're supposed to be right now, and there's so much more to come. So stop talking yourself out of it. The fateful decision of the official registration of real estate. See, like we talked about in the very beginning, go get your Lambo, go get your Bentley. See, because when y'all were all riding Honda Accords, you said, I'm going to put a plan together for us to get Bentleys. They were behind your back laughing at you. It took you a while, but get your Bentley. You know what I'm saying? You said it, 10 years ago, 20 years ago? You said it. And now you're getting close to it. You're like, maybe I don't deserve that. I don't deserve a Bentley. I don't really deserve to own to be able to buy a whole town for $3 million. Maybe I should just be humble, which is that destroyful word that we talked about when we did the etymology on that and got you all brainwashed into being not proud. See what I'm saying? You gotta know that what's for you is for you. If you feel like going and get the Bentley, you feel like it for a reason. Go get it, because for all you know, that Bentley may allow you to make this mega deal in the future. You know how people perceive you. They don't give it. Somebody out there won't even talk to you right now if you pull up in a Honda Accord, but if you pull up in a Bentley, they're gonna be all over it, all over you because of it. And you know what? Fuck them. Use that shit, because that's what the Most High or the universe put it in your possession for. Like this. I'm going to tell you how people got shit fucked up. They like, oh, I don't want a gold digger. Man, you know what I do with gold diggers? I have them go find me more gold. That's what they do. You misusing them. You so focused on yourself. Right? Let them do what they good at. You know what, Lo? This is what I need you to do. You gonna make some money by doing this, and you gonna bring this, if whatever it is. You know what I mean? Let them go dig gold. That's what they do. Why you mad at them for being a specialist at what they special like? Let them go do them. Give them a destination. Give them some instructions. What y'all talking about? And I don't even mean that in like the negative, malicious use of the word. I mean, if you mining gold, like if you in the field trying to get to the money, I mean, I'm just a creative minded person. I don't know. Shout out to all the creators out there. When you really create a product or you really create something, it's a difference between creating a way and following a way. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference between being able to go in and read a manual and say, step 1, put this screw in here and turn. Step 2, step 3. It's a difference between being able to do something by following and creating from scratch. So shout out to all the creators out there, because see, that's what I'm talking about. The other people are going to follow. The society said it. I don't want a gold digger. Okay, you know what? You're a gold digger? All right, cool. You know what? I mean, because you might have a business. Technically, to me, you're a gold digger. You out there digging for gold. Like, you got a product. You trying to push that product. You digging for gold. That's the same thing. What's the difference? What is the difference in the equation between you having a business and you being a gold digger in the other form of thought? You are mining gold. You're in the field looking for bounty, and you have something or some way, some service or product to exchange for. Everybody's a gold digger. What the fuck are you talking about? Now, how do you dig for gold? Because that's what I need to know. How do you dig for gold? Some people use a shovel. Some people use a backhoe. Some people, put water in and catch the water in the pan. Like, there's a whole bunch of different ways you can be a gold digger. You all gold digging. So what makes you feel better about somebody else's gold digging method? Now, if that's how you dig for gold, let me see how I can help you find some gold, and I can get some gold off the top of that. You see what I'm saying? What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with them? What's wrong with them? All right. That's why I just put people to work. I mean, that's me though. Because everybody works for me as long as they do them. Even the people talking shit about you behind your back is really doing you a service. And then, when their deployment is over and, you no longer have room, the need to employ them. Then you hopefully have taught them a new something, and you've learned something from them, and you allow them to to go put in work elsewhere. You see what I'm saying? Just like someone would do you. Okay, let's see where the situation is headed, right? 38, 11, 10 is 21. Three. That's what we needed right there. Something right side up. Finally. So, at least where it's going from the start, I can tell you it's going to be right side up. Hold on, give me a second. All right, let me get this card on the screen for you. All right, so you got the Hierophant right side up. On that climb. You see what I'm saying? You on that climb. All right, so Master of Arcanum, or Arcanum, right? Tutor. Right? All right, so conservative attitude, good advice, education, highest, most common, right? So you great, get your common sense together. You finding your common sense. Right? Family, clan, kin, religion, tradition, right? So the events is implied subject, obtainment of valuable advice, marriage, christening, religious and family values and feasts. So you eating, you gonna eat big time, okay? And the implied subject, there you go, implied subject, obtainment of valuable advice. See, you implied subject, and that's dual. That's wordplay right there, right? Because the implied subject is you, but also to be implied subject is like you were thinking less of yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you, the one who thought less of their self, attains the valuable advice, right? And now you're gonna eat. Hold on a second. You know what I mean? Like, go back to the little gold digger story. It's like you felt bad about them because they made you feel like a victim, or Excuse me. They didn't even make you feel like a victim. You made yourself feel like a victim around them. You see how that worked? Like they didn't make you feel that way. You felt that way because they were like, oh man, they gonna, if I fool with her or she gonna want me to give her $200 one day. Or she got a truck and I know her brakes is bad but that's $150. You know what I mean? She ain't say nothing to me. If I get her brakes on her car, that's gonna be a gold. No, what? Right? So you can get brakes put on a car, $50 now. Tell her to go buy the brakes. You know what I'm saying? Like what that does is when you, and I'm not saying, I would more so be concerned with, do you want to, this is what you got to understand. Do you want to do it? There you go. There go that question again. Just like you asked yourself, do you want the Bentley, but then you say no because you think that you're not supposed to have it. So if part of you says, hey, look, man, I want to get her brakes done, then go get her brakes done because that's part of your growth and development. Or maybe you didn't, maybe when you met her and you're feeling like this, okay, she didn't want to talk to me, but then when I went and got in the car, she saw the car. You see, everybody's seen the little gold digger videos and stuff, so you know what I'm talking about. And then when I got in the Lambo, she wanted to run over. Well, you know what? At first, she may not have wanted to hurt your feelings because she know her taste. And I'm sitting out there in a t-shirt like this, as much as we feel like, and my hair like this, which I don't give a fuck because I'm doing me, right? So somebody else not knowing anything about me is gonna look and be like, that bum ass motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That could be very well true. If you are so, look, here we go. Let's go back to this. If you are so closed off from the world that you think that somebody ain't gonna look, if I ain't had these glasses on and this bandana, I was just walking down the street, that somebody somewhere wouldn't look at me and be like, this bum ass motherfucker, then you dumb. Then you dumb. So you gotta know that exists, right? And you gotta know why. So like when you buy the Bentley, you got to know that it's going to put you in a position to be able to do bigger and better market deals because people are going to affiliate the Bentley with you being, in their mind, successful, even though you are the same person. Like, you know who you are. You're going to be able to do a bigger deal with the Bentley than you would the Honda Accord. It's a business tool. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So in that regards, if you standing next to the Honda when they met you and they think that's yours and they like, I like to drink champagne every night. Like if that's their life, like, that's what they want. You can't knock them for what they want, right? So then when you go to get in the Lambo and they see that, oh shit, you know what? Now where they fuck up is they need to just come up and say that to you in the beginning, like at that moment. You know what? I thought your ass was broken. I got champagne taste and I didn't want to hurt your feelings. Boom. Now, okay, you know what, chick? Real shit. I fucks with that. Let's go get some money. You see what I'm saying? But then they be trying to lie and, and they feel like they the victim now because if they, all this bullshit. You damn right. When you saw the Lambo, you felt like you could eat tonight. That's what the fuck it was. All right? Real shit. So, stop feeling like the victim. You see what I'm saying? You looked at the situation and you made yourself feel like the victim. Or when you go to talk to the dude and the dude be like, you know what? Psh, I got my own place. I talk to chicks, whatever. I don't do titles. Bring some clothes. You can stay a week. And you like, you don't know what the fuck to do. You know what? All right, this is cool. You know what? Let's try, because they feeling, you know what? Because I could use somebody here. You know what? Bring some more stuff. Here's a key. All you gotta do is put some food in the house every week. Bam. You like, Oh shit. And then you don't know what to fucking do because now you feel like they asking too much from you. All you had to do is put some food in the house and they don't give a fuck. They out making their life. You used to people clinking and clanking onto you and need you for everything. Fuck, maybe that guy, I don't need you for shit. You know what I'm saying? I just enjoyed your company when I had time. And it saves time that you already here. You don't gotta drive over. Fuck it. You know what I mean? When you can have anything you want, that's how you think. You see what I'm saying? People ain't ready for that. So, all right. That's the implied subject. It was you, but also implied subject in this was you, but stop making yourself, remember we talked about you focusing on the struggle, stop finding ways that you a victim and start seeing how you powerful, your real value. Put the motherfuckers to work because that's what they like to do. All right. So that's how you gonna eat and that's how you feed them too. Everybody happy. And then you develop a culture and a network around you, and that's invested in the community as far as I'm concerned. You know what I'm saying? That's what you really want to do. You really want to invest in the community, but you feel like you can't right now. It's because you don't know how, you haven't seen your real value and started putting pieces together around you. You got it in you already. You already where you're supposed to be. Do the work. All right, so the business and work is folk craft, hereditary professions, business that requires traditional attitude, old-fashioned attitude, taking into account the human factor at work. There you go. We just went over all that. Legal marriage, marry yourself to the game, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to skip over some of that. Health, regular, standard procedures or methods of treatment, old-fashioned treatment using verified tools. You see what I'm saying? Like, stop using the old methods, man. Like, that tradition bullshit is dead. Like, what worked 100 years ago, it still works today. Why did they deviate from it? You know what I mean? Go back and get that real shit. A lot of the shit that was built in the past, it lasted too long and they couldn't keep making money off it, so they had to keep making it weaker and weaker so it break over and over, so now you got to keep buying more. That real shit back in the day. You know what I'm saying? All right. So psychological characteristics: conscious, searching of the meaning of life and discovering authority, sensible, fair. Like, I like, you're searching for the meaning of life and authority. The authority, you know how I say it. It's you. You supposed to be the authority in your own life. And authority, we broke it down, means the book or the quote that settles the question. So go get the answers you need and trust yourself in the process. The warning is, don't be too proud of what you have achieved. Never be a fanatic of truth. Don't listen to wrong advices. Like I said, stop focusing on the fear, tune into the truth. So result is deep inner trust in oneself. As a result, belief in the highest aim. You see what I mean? Now look at you laughing. That's what the Hierophant is doing. Sitting there laughing now. You found all that goodness in yourself, and now you're blocked. Look at this picture, right? Look at this card. There's something else there that's around them, but everything is blinded by this light. It's all gone. You can see if you look closely around the steps, you see that something else there's other stuff there. You know what I mean? You just can't see it. The tree, it might be trees in the background there, the bottom right there. You see what I'm saying? The world exists around you, but you're so tuned into your destination. All you see is the steps to get there. That's what I'm talking about. Focus on the truth and not all the fear and the bullshit and the lies and the trying to find a way to be struggling, and how you can tell yourself that you're a victim so that you can fit in with the other victim mentalities and go achieve what the fuck you supposed to be doing. You see what I'm saying? Man, y'all in love with this today. That's what happens. You put your blinders on, you focus on the goal where you're going, and you take all the right steps to get there. Ain't no wrong steps in that picture. On that card. Ain't no wrong steps. You know what I mean? That's why you gotta build people now. You gotta build people that's around you, and you gotta charge them just to be around you. You see what I'm saying? Matter of fact, put some food in the house, and then give me $200. You know what I'm saying? Just for being in my presence, because I know you gonna fuck this up, and that way I won't feel like I wasted my time because you paid me for it. Maybe I'm the gold digger. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's how you gotta look at life. You know what I mean? Everybody gold digging. How you digging for gold? All right, this how we gonna get gold together. I'm trying to put a mine together. I don't know about you. Y'all talking about Bitcoin mining. We mining. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see. Let's get some advice for the future. What we got here? 10:54, 9, 10, 1. All right. It does kind of mess you up in life when you put in I ain't gonna say mess you up in like a bad way, but when everything you do you get paid to do, like, because the word pay really means satisfied. So especially when dealing with money, right? So when everything you do, you get paid to do, no matter what it is. You get paid to have fun. You get paid to do work. You get paid to talk to people. You get paid to do this. Like, everything you do, you get paid. How can you really have any type of relationship? Like, that's probably a large part of why I'm still single now, because I will charge you, chick. You know what I mean? I will charge you. Because what the value I have, you know what I mean? Like, it's priceless. What are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So and then I'll invest in you at the same time. So it's like a give and take. You know what I mean? You gotta pay for this. So, all right, let's see here. It's kind of funny that the card that came up too. So I hope you have as much fun today as I am. All right, let's get this card on the screen for you, because where this is going, or the advice for the future, is the Lover's card. So it's very timely. All right. Okay, so we got the Lover's card, right? And what we talking about with that, again, this is the advice for the future. So the old name of the card was Two Paths. Okay? So we back with Aries, of course, Gemini, that's that craziness, right? So you got two paths, right? And it's upright. So that's another bonus for the night at the way we was going. So the general meaning is the right choice, partnership, attraction, love, and beauty, right? Suggestion to choose, gathering with the choice, solution to an awkward situation. Okay, so the business is advertisement. See, so again, go back to how you found yourself being a victim for driving a Lambo and chicks want to talk to you, or the dude said you gotta put some money into the crib, like you making money, why not contribute some food or something, whatever it is. I don't know. You know what I mean? Whatever it is for you. But you advertising. You see what I'm saying? So if you advertising, you gotta know you gotta, you know what I'm saying? What are you gonna get from the advertisement? You're gonna get clients. You're gonna get attention. So how do you become how do you drive the Lambo and then play the victim when you get attention from people who like Lambos or know the value of one? Like, that's retarded. So that whole sector of world is retarded to me. I'm gonna just leave it alone. But for you, the right choice, partnership, attraction, love, beauty, right? So events, suggestion to choose, gathering, all right? So it's a solution to the awkward situation. We just talked about the authority was what? The quote or the book that decides the question. So the solution to the awkward situation, that's going to be the event. So make sure you know the authority. That hones back in on that for you. Beauty industry, marriage agencies, work one is fond of, matured projects. So that basically recaps everything that we just went over today. So the advice is play this video back again, watch it a second time. Make sure you pay attention to all the details. Remember, all the details, pay attention. So the relationship is the joy of communication, clarity of choice, admission, right? Unity, blessed from above. So everything we just talked about, it was funny, but the gold digger scenario analogy was very valid. You substitute the equation for whatever you want, it's still a gold digger. Whatever business you in, you gold digging. Whatever title you got, you gold digging. You gold digger. You know what I'm saying? Just face it. Just accept it. Admit it. That's the admission part. That's gonna change y'all communication. Now y'all can talk about this shit without someone's feelings getting hurt or someone thinking something like. That's why I kind of, logic can't really always talk to emotion, right? This is why. Because if you say it, and if I call you a gold digger, or if you're a female and I say you're a service provider, and you be like, oh my God, no, he didn't call me a gold digger, or no, he didn't call me a service provider. What the fuck is that? How dare? What the fuck are you supposed to do? You're supposed to be a help. The Bible say, not that I'm biblical, but you're supposed to be a helpmate. I didn't put it like that. I said a service provider. At least that sounds like a little bit of a more customer service, 9 to 5, like, $50,000 to $100,000 a year. Whereas a helpmate was just like, yo, go fetch, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm looking into it too much. I'm just saying, how you going to be like up in church every Sunday and then get mad when someone call you a service provider? Which one? Anyway, I'm not. I'll let that go. So, the joy of communication can happen then, because instead of getting caught on shit that don't matter, like we said, right? The fear, the assumption, you'll be able to focus on the truth, which is what it actually is. What's the reality? What's the real estate, right? Well-being depends on the spiritual state, and this is the health and well-being after proper selection of treatment. So remember, you got two paths. Pick the right one. You can go either way. Okay? But make sure you pick the right one. Or whichever way you pick, make sure you accept it because you chose it, right? So understanding the one's individuality, again, that's getting to know yourself. Ability to adopt the right decision. Again, stop feeling like you're less than you really deserve. And advice, find a common language with a partner, make up one's what I say. Look at this. Advice. Find a common language with a partner. Make up one's mind. That's what we said in the beginning. You made up your heart. Now make up your mind. Right? So show oneself. The warning is do not rush to make a choice. Fear of double dealers. Indecision. Choice might be wrong. Right? So the result is merge of oppositions. Like we talked about. All the people that were behind your back. All your frenemies. Now they coming back to become one with you. The truth can't be won or lost. Just be the truth, right? So you shall make up your mind and choose wisely. You will choose love. You great. Get in bed with what you love in life. All right? Pasha Paro, thank you for tuning. The Tarot Files, the replay. Enjoy. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and